It got to a point where I was very socially withdrawn. I think I was hitting rock bottom with depression. I felt like giving up. I just felt like this is not the career for me. I am pretty sure you clicked on this video because 1, you were unsuccessful on passing your NCLEX. 2, you're either trying to get some motivation in order for you to gather yourself up and start studying again. 3, you just want to know the overall tips and tricks that's going to help you be successful on the next time you test. So I'm going to start by giving you guys a little background about myself. I graduated nursing school May 2019 with my associates in nursing. However, I did enroll to another university in order to complete my bachelor's of nursing immediately. I did not want to wait on that. Prior to graduating, I had already set myself into testing earlier and sooner, right after I graduated. However, I don't think I was very knowledgeable into how long of a process it is to get your ATT, which is your authorization to test, in order for me to schedule my testing date. Little did I know my family had planned my graduation party, which I kid you not lasted for about 2 weeks. So in a way to pay myself after my hard work of graduating, at that time I thought it was okay for me to just take trips, take vacations with my friends in order for me to celebrate my wins at that point in life that I graduated. Little did I know that I am doing some self-damage to myself. And at this point, I'm thinking to myself, wow, I technically do not even have any time to study nor to take the exam anytime soon. So I decided to wait it out. Slowly by slowly, as I am waiting it out, still enjoying my graduation, I think I was just engaging in so many distractions. It also came to a point where I had to travel outside the country. Here I am packing my bags, enjoying that I'm gonna go my vacation, come back so I can study and tackle this exam. As I'm on vacation, I'm seeing my friends who we graduated together, celebrating that they're now registered nurses, they passed their NCLEX, and I'm just on the sidelines waiting to take mine. Now, at this point, I'm thinking, okay, everyone is passing. Why should I not be able to pass? So I contact some of them to ask about their experience with the NCLEX. Majority of them say NCLEX is probably the easiest exam I've ever done in nursing school. Mind you, these are students that are either getting good grades, I'm talking about good, not just average grades, good A students, and they're telling me, an average student in nursing school, that the exam was probably the easiest thing they ever took from nursing school. From that point on, I just started to assume that, okay, if they're saying that this is an easy exam, I probably do not even need to give it much thought or a thorough preparation, because if I graduated nursing school, I should be able to pass this just fine. So far, I've given you guys 2 mistakes that I did. The first mistake was to wait too long to take the NCLEX right after graduating. It's always advisable to take your NCLEX right after graduation. That way you can have better retention of content. You will just need to do a few practice questions to sharpen up your understanding for the content, then you're good to go. Poor me, I am here taking vacations, so slowly by slowly I am forgetting contents, rest assured. Second mistake I made was to listen to other people. I cannot emphasize this enough, but when you're in nursing school, never compare yourself to another. Do never compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 5, chapter 20. What I mean by that is you have different types of students in nursing school. You have those who are always books, and you have those who are juggling 5 million other things, either a family, they have kids, they have a job, they have to support their family, so they have to work. So never compare your lifestyle to anyone, because you don't know what they're doing that's working for them, and you're over there comparing yourself. That's my second mistake that I made, to compare myself thinking, if they passed, I am gonna pass, not knowing that I needed more practice on my end, because in nursing school, I used to be a very average student. If I can remember, on my first semester in nursing school, being an international student, I never really understood the critical thinking part when it came to exams or when it came to healthcare per se. And I just did not know how to apply critical thinking when I was tackling these nursing questions. I also got a near failure attempt. So what it is that your nursing instructors give you a letter saying you are at risk for failure for this semester, and if you do not make it, you're out of the semester and you have to retake it the next semester. So you have to sign this piece of paper in agreement that they let you know that you're a risk for failure. Now it's up to you to pull up your socks so that you can proceed to the next semester. At this point, I'm already rethinking, is nursing school really for me? Am I really ready to tackle this as a career if I'm already starting at a bad note? So I was just rethinking a lot. I was questioning myself and the career that I want to be into. Prior to nursing school and still up to this date, I do create content, fashion content on Instagram, gained a little bit of followers and audience, and I used to think that's going to be my full-time job. I'm going to be a fashion stylist when I grow up. I want to go to New York. I want to do fashion designing as a career. At this point, I am definitely questioning myself. Should I follow my passion? Should I follow this? Once I came back from my vacation outside the country, I decided to just tackle this exam like any other nursing school exam. I told myself, if my friends can do it, I can do it too. So here I am, straight from a vacation, literally just doing about 10-20 questions a day just to see whether I still remember some things, of which I was not even getting them. I was not getting any of them. So I did this for about 10 days and I went to test. This is me just freestyling the exam and boom, I failed. At this point, I did not beat myself up for it. I told myself, maybe if I had studied, I would definitely pass this exam. So once you fail your first attempt or you fail your attempt in doing the NCLEX, you have 45 days to take it again. At this time, I think I had about 3 weeks before the semester started. So at this point, I'm telling myself, should I study hard before the semester really gets intense, or should I start the semester first, see how it goes, then study? So I start the semester. Everything is going good, everything's going well. For me, I am a full-time student. I did not do anything, I did not work. I was just home doing my semester courses online. So I told myself, if this is how the semester is going to be proceeding, then I think I can get away with doing at least 25 questions a day. Little did I know, as the semester progresses, the more and more you have to do. This is the best part. My counselors tell me I cannot proceed the second semester if I want to continue until I provide my license. So I am frustrated at this point. I tell myself, Lynn, it's either you just ace it and freestyle it again to see whether you're gonna pass this time. I was convincing myself that as semester goes by, I am refreshing my memory with the content that I learned. But I feel like with the bachelor's, it's very different from your associates, because the bachelor's focuses on the nurse as a leader at a hospital setting or at a workplace. Here I am convincing myself I can do this again without further studying. I can do it. Let me just see whether I can get this license so I can proceed to the next semester. Went to take my NCLEX, failed. Again. I think it hit me now because after I failed, my application from the school or my registration from the school got withdrawn. My scholarship got withdrawn. And now I am left with nothing. I lost all that. I lost a full ride scholarship, and now I'm back to square one. Now I'm actually forced to gather myself to actually study for this exam with no distractions. It got to a point where I was very socially withdrawn. I think I was hitting rock bottom with depression. I just got to a point I started second guessing heavy. I felt like the universe was just gradually closing in on me. I felt like giving up. I just felt like this is not the career for me. And my only coping outlet was styling outfits on Instagram, like I'm doing fashion blogging on Instagram, because doing that was my happiness. Doing that really just gave me the purpose to keep going, gave me the purpose to keep doing what I'm doing. At this point, there was no way I was going to touch a book to start studying for NCLEX. It was just not possible, especially being depressed from everything that was happening in my life at that point. So I chose to create content full-time. I was creating content left and right. I was completing interior styling projects. It got to a point where I also got the strength to create my styling website, where I offered some fashion styling services and also interior styling services. That was generating good income for me at that point, that I was now back to questioning myself. Do I really need this? If I'm able to get this much amount of money just from doing what I also love, would I really be okay with not doing nursing as a career? I was not ready to go back to deal with the whole NCLEX situation. I just felt that I needed a higher spirit guide to really guide me, because usually when I pray to God, He gives me the answer. Like, I'll wake up one day, I just already have a clear mind on what to do next. But this time, days passed, weeks passed, months passed, I am still stuck on the same situation. Maybe if I now sit down and study seriously for this exam, I can actually be successful. So I sat down, planned out my whole study schedule. I had an estimate of when I want to test again, and I worked towards that goal. I have a very detailed video on how I studied up here. If you just click either side where the end card pops up, click on that video and you'll see how I prepared in order to pass the third time. I think what worked for me is to minimize my distractions, which was to stabilize my life in terms of relationships, friendships, and just to maintain a neutral mindset. The second thing that helped me a lot was to go on a social media hiatus. I literally just disappeared, because as a content creator, you're constantly thinking about which video to film next, which video to edit, which video to post. I'm not saying that I don't like doing it. Matter of fact, I love what I do. However, at this point in my life, I had to prioritize. Do I want to work towards something that's going to pay my bills later on down the line? Or do I want to work on something just because I love it, for passion, and nothing really is coming in from it? Now that you've heard my story, I hope that just tells you something, that you can also do it. I've heard people who failed at least 6 times, took it again, passed on the 7th. It does not matter how many times you took the NCLEX. All that matters is you have gotten your license. Your name shows on the Board of Nursing as an RN, and you can be able to practice as a registered nurse. Trust me, I understand you 100%. You have failed the exam. At this point, you're going to question yourself. You're going to question your whole career path. You're going to question whether you're really going to pass it the next time you try. But all it is just changing your study plan, assessing what went wrong, and adjusting it on the next attempt. Stay tuned for the next video.